Played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. You look at this Bears defense. They enter play one from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And that's been an Achilles heel for them all season long, being able to play against the run, being able to slow teams down. But it's not just that. When you give up big chunks of yardage in the running game, it also opens up the passing options for the team you're playing as well. So typically, when you don't play the run well, you're getting hit in all phases.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10, down at the 31. Cousins now. He gets it to Addison. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Second down and a yard. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Back to the ground on first down. Here's Madison. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson from 6 yards away. And the Vikings respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Joseph connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Fields. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Racing to the end zone. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
That one good for 26 and a first down. From the 50, here's Fields. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Mekhi Blackman's got it. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's Madison running on first down, and he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Foreman. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This now a 3rd and 4. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. That is caught. And he's brought down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest. I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, that decision paid off indeed. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Fields. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To the air again, Fields. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Right at the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Play fake. Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The former third-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time.
So on fourth down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota.
On the return is Jones. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. One play action. Fields.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
A give up the middle to Akers.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys, that's what you're supposed to do.
Head better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable game.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the red zone now, Cousins.
Completes this to Addison out left.
And he'll be out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you wanted to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins, as the first half is winding down.
And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Here we go. I'm good.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now Akers to start the third quarter on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing is Cousins.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Akers is in. Touchdown.